right. So yeah, I guess start things off. It's been a bit since we all last spoke. You guys just want to kind of run through some questions that you've had after looking things over?
I don't think I've been given a tour of the site, so if it's
Okay,
okay, I'd like to
sure.
see that. I mean, I've personally gone through it,
Okay,
and everything looks pretty good. I'm just hoping you can sort of take me through the process.
sure. Yeah. So we are built on top of WordPress. So it's a pretty flexible system that a lot of elements might seem pretty familiar to you. This is just our basic prototype layout. We've got lots of different layout options. I will make sure you've got a link to our customer showcase where you can see all of our other sites. But essentially, the way that layout and design works with us is anything we've done in the past, we can kind of mix and match to recombine different elements to create new designs. Or if there's anything you don't see that you want us to try, just let us know and I'll talk to our designer about getting something mocked up for you. But
Okay.
yeah, here's just a standard homepage. Like to start out here with the customize tool. So you'll have access to this. So you'll have the ability to kind of make these tweaks if you want to try things out on your own. Of course, if you don't feel comfortable doing that, we can always provide support on that kind of stuff as well. But with the customize tool, you'll be able to adjust your logos on the site, color schemes, fonts, all that's going to be available to you. You can change the menu order, what's displaying there. The thing I like to highlight is the widgets. So that is, the different sections of what's being laid out here. So let's just say, as a quick example, you want to place another ad on the homepage. I'll just go into this main slider area, get down to my plus button at the bottom here, and I'm going to pull in an ad rotate group. That's what our ad modules are called. And the reason I like to use ads as an example, as you'll see here in a second, once my internet catches up, it always kind of hangs a bit when I do a screen share. But we have placed the ad at the bottom of this section, but it's got an error in it. And I always like to show people that to make sure that they don't worry too much because all that's saying is there's nothing assigned to this section yet. So when I go into the ad rotate group, I will be able to select an ad once you get ads uploaded to the site. You click on the ad, it'll automatically refresh the page and then that error will disappear. So just like to point out, that's nothing to worry about there. The other thing about the customize tool is you can play around as much as you want. None of your readers are going to know it until you hit the publish button. So if you want to try something out, get like 6 steps down the line, don't want to manually undo it all you've got to do is X out and not commit the changes, and it will revert back to where it was before you started. Before I dig into the back end, any questions about layout, design, that kind of stuff?
It was pretty straightforward to me so far.
All right. So next up, I'll jump into the dashboard here. Again, pretty straightforward. Let me make sure it looks like everyone's joining now, so we should be good there. And I'll go into our article editor. So with the article editor, as you can see here, we've got all of the articles that are currently on the site. You can, sort, organize them however is best for your team. And then we'll go into just writing a basic article. So again, pretty straightforward. Let me get this switched over. It's defaulting to the HTML. There we go. Go to the text editor. That's a little easier to use. So here's where you type in the headline, the body. We've got spaces down here for subhead, byline. The excerpt is going to automatically generate based on the first 150 or so characters of the story. After the excerpt's generated when you write the story or paste it in, you can always come back in here, delete that out, write your own excerpt if you want it to say something different than just the first sentence or so. Here's the button you
Hey,
can
Tyler,
click to, yeah,
do you have any tools that could automatically extract this stuff from our PDFs?
absolutely. Yep, that is a service we offer.
Okay. Can you take me through what that would look like?
Sure, there's not a whole lot to see there. Essentially, the way that process works is you would upload the PDF to our FTP server once a week before it needs to be online, and our team runs it through software we've created with a manual QC process and extracts the articles into HTML and basically sets them to publish when you want the content to go live. So that would
How
be
does that
how
work
the
for, how does that work for, like, I mean, you're looking at our front page right now, and we've got
Mhm,
3 jumps above the fold. How does that work for
mhm.
jumps?
We'll automatically compile them. They all get pulled in. So that's part of the manual QC. Once all the content's pulled out, we manually go through and make sure that any jumps are combined into single stories.
Okay. And then what about photo pages? How does that work?
Photo pages, I believe we just extract those as, articles that just include the photos. We got Vera from our support team on with me. Vera, you do extraction duties a little more than I do. Do you know how photo pages are typically dealt with?
Well, unless there's a special request, we do extract them into an individual article.
That's what I.
Occasionally, we would get a request for a gallery to compile all of the photos. Normally, that's for people that are very short staffed. They may have only a handful of people and nobody that they can designate to create the galleries. So we'll
Right.
take that on. Hi, guys. Nice to meet you all.
Nice to meet you too.
Likewise, nice to meet you.
Likewise.
But yeah, did that kind of answer that question for you?
Yeah, yeah. I mean, just
Okay.
literally extracting it from the PDF is going to save us so many hours. So
Sure. Yeah,
that's,
absolutely. All right.
Please
Yeah, that
continue.
extraction service, I don't think I factored that into the initial quote that I sent over, but it is $2 per page extracted. So it's just a build as used. So yeah, we can definitely include that as we go forward. We can also pull your print ads out of the paper as well and post those online for you, if that's something you'd like to do rather than manually handling those. All depends on how much bandwidth your team has.
And if you have any
Okay.
special requests, like if there's certain things like public notices that you don't need extracted, or obituaries, or you're posting them manually before it even hits the paper online, you can just let us know and we won't pull those pages.
All right.
Thank
But
you.
yeah, if you are doing the extraction, you'll still have the ability to upload stories in between editions. So feel free to play around with any of that, especially breaking news. So we've got this checkbox. So if you need a story to go out immediately and make sure people see it, this will create a ticker at the top of the homepage that'll alert people for 24 hours that this story's, notable, that they should check it out.
If you need an example, Carroll County Comment has a breaking news story I put up. It's after 24 hours, but it's still breaking news. It has
Right,
it on
so
the
it'll be
front page
tagged.
here.
Yep.
But if you look above the menu, that's normally where it would go underneath the
Right.
date.
So yeah, you'll get this banner on the story. And for 24 hours, we'll have the ticker appear up here. Yeah. Anything else in terms of articles that you want to see?
No, that's good. I'd like to see the rest of the, I guess, employee interface.
So, I mean, depending on how in depth you want to get, we can kind of go really far in here. You won't need to really
Well,
mess with the
we don't
PDFs
necessarily
much.
need to get. Oh, sorry.
Oh, sorry. No problem. Yeah, I was just saying.
We don't need to get crazy deep, but one
Mhm.
of the things I am looking forward to seeing is also the user experience. So, from our client's perspective, I want to know how they submit, news pieces and what I guess the responses are back to them. I mean,
Sure.
all of that stuff.
So in terms of user submissions, we will help you create some submission forms, which you'll also have the ability to kind of dig into and make changes to. Let me see where the forms.
Did you just want to
sorted
use
out.
height since they're already set up?
Yeah, they've already got one.
Sorry to chime in.
No. I appreciate it. Let's see. So this site has where you must be signed in to submit a story. So you can kind of register as a writer. So we've got a submission form set up for that here. And we can set up any sort of, registration or submission forms similarly to this on your site. Just get logged in here real quick and I can show you what the submission process looks like.
You're not signed in yet.
Oh.
It didn't take it. Yeah, I have that sometimes.
Admin login.
Yeah, two-factor.
Yeah, the two-factor times out on me all the time. But your users won't need to do two-factor necessarily. So we could turn that on for them, but it won't be a requirement. That's just something that our admin account uses. Does not like the admin account going to the contributor.
Oh, there it is. There it is. Maybe just bring up the form.
Okay. Yeah.
I think that's going to take you to sync. Yeah, there we go.
There we go. So yeah, we've set up this kind of contribution form, which has, a word processor available. So if you want them to be able to write out the full story where your team can be pretty hands off with it, this will let them kind of do some basic formatting and that kind of stuff. And the way the forms work is, yeah.
So one of the things that I'm concerned about, and I think Kat
Mhm.
could probably speak to this more, is the amount of spam we get. And I assume that's
Right.
why the Heights Observer has profiles.
Yep.
But I mean, we want to make it as easy as possible for people to submit
Right.
news. So I don't want them to have to be a member and have to log into
Right.
the site. What are your protocols to make sure that we
We
don't just
can
get
enable
spam?
Captcha. We've got some Captcha options to prevent, you getting flooded with spam submissions. So I don't think Heights wanted to use that, but that is definitely something we can turn on with form submissions.
They also wanted
Um,
accountability too. So if
mhm.
for some reason one of the fields wasn't built out completely, they could reach out to the individual.
Right. But yeah, Captcha is the best way that we found to avoid at least the bulk of spam. I mean, obviously things will always slip through the cracks at one point or another, but generally that
And
does a good job of stemming it.
is Captcha disabled once someone logs in?
That I don't know for sure. I can check with our engineers to see.
It's depending on the forms
Okay.
because some forms,
Yeah.
it's meant, if you add it to it, it's going to stay there.
Okay, well, I mean, what I want to confirm is if I've got somebody logging in, I do not want them to have to figure out where all the crosswalks are. It's just
Sure.
this needs to be as easy as possible for them to submit.
Right. Absolutely. Yeah, I will get that question answered for you as soon as we're done with this call.
Yeah, as far as
Thank you.
heights goes, I think we
Mhm.
have it disabled once they're logged in because that gives
Yeah.
the accountability. They pass that
Right.
part of it. And if they already had submitted before, they don't have to redo this. They only have to
Mhm.
submit the actual article that they want to upload. So once they have a profile, all of that's bypassed. It's just added security initially. And then once they're set up and recognized, then they don't have to do that again.
Yeah. Anything else about user submissions you want to take a look at?
Are there any features for advertisers? Like instead of Cashel or Cyrus sending, the ad count every week for how many viewers, is there any way to automate that?
Yes. So we can create some automated ad submission forms, which will work very similarly to this. You can even set up a payment method so that advertisers can pay directly through the form. And then, whoever's in charge of getting the ads posted once they're submitted will be notified. With all of our
Lloyd?
forms, yeah, go ahead.
Sorry, I think Lloyd, were you talking about a reporting function for stats? That's what I thought he was talking about, was a reporting
Okay.
function.
Gotcha. So
Yeah,
in terms of
that's exactly what I'm
reporting,
talking about.
yep, within the ad system, there's a button in each ad campaign where you can automatically send out a CSV that has all the stats for the ad that's been run so far.
Is it only CSV?
I believe it formats as a CSV. Yes. I can double check on that to see if we can do anything about that, but essentially it's just going to send them a spreadsheet that's showing all the ad stats.
Well, there's also graphs and it also gives details from afar. So for
Okay.
example, if you were looking at, let's say, a basic demo ad 1 and you click the stats button, it'll tell you how many times it showed on the site by the impressions for the month to date and for today. It'll also show you the clicks and the click-through rates at a distance, and it does have a bar chart. I used to use that with mine when I would send to my advertisers. They weren't interested in the CSV because most of them didn't have the programs to run it.
Yeah.
But they just wanted the facts. Give me all the stats up front. That's what I want, and we can do that.
Yeah.
We could even do a deeper dive depending on the individual, because some people have more astringent requirements. Like ad agencies, they want a little bit more information, like page views and visitors and things like that, that also coincides with their campaigns. We can do that.
Is there an example you guys could show us?
Yeah, let me go ahead and grab one. And if
Yeah.
Tyler doesn't mind, I'll borrow the
Sure.
screen. Let
Absolutely.
me go into, I actually had one this morning that I could show. And I work with an ad agency on the publisher's behalf because he has such a short staff. He doesn't have anybody to dedicate to handling the stats for the ad agency. So I help him out there. So let me get my screen. And anything advertising, I'm your girl. That was like my heart and soul when I was a publisher. So I have a lot of good ideas. If it works for rural Pennsylvania, it'll work anywhere. So what I want to show you is this right here is what the ad rotate dashboard looks like. This is the ad in question that I helped.
Not sharing yet, Vera.
Oh, it's not sharing.
No.
Oh, goodness. Let me try it again.
Nope.
Screen.
There we go.
Oh, you can see it now? Okay.
Yes.
Okay. So what I'm interested in is the Department of Health ad right here. And this is at a distance. This is what I was saying. You can actually just, if you need something really quick to give them, this is how many times it's shown since August 25th. This is how many times it's shown today. This is the clicks total. And today there hasn't been any clicks and the click-through rate. Now, what we were talking about with the CSV and the bar grids and all of that, if you click stats, here we have the overview, which was right on the dashboard. But here's the flow chart. You can actually see the ebbs and flows when people are clicking or looking. And then we have here, so if you need to do a time date, so I know that this started on the 25th of August until now, you can hit export, or this field here where it says email, you can actually email that over to the advertiser. I've only done that twice, and I've been in the newspaper industry for 15 years. I've only been here 5, but I was a customer with Our Hometown before becoming an employee. Then you can download, save it to your desktop, and then this is what you would get. Let me bring that over. It's going to, of course, show on another screen. But here, it'll break it down by the days, the impressions, and if there were any clicks.
Okay. Okay. Well, thank you, Vera. That's very helpful.
Yeah,
It
no
doesn't
problem at
export
all.
the chart.
It doesn't do the charts, but you can do a clip, a screen clip of it, or capture, depending on what programs you have. And
Pretty
that's
much what
pretty
we
easy
do.
to do.
Yeah, that's exactly how we do it now. So, okay.
Right?
Do you mind me asking one more question? So I know I came in a little late, so I apologize. So on our current site, we have quite limited specs for the online ads themselves. What are some of the specs that you guys have?
Anything that you want to advertise, you can have. I know that sounds very vague and broad. I have a cheat sheet I'll send you, but basically you could do any ad size. The most common ones are for like the leader bar is 728 by 90. The tile ads on the sidebar, those are 300 by 250. But you could do tower ads, you could do billboard ads, you could do animation, you can do GIFs. The sky's the limit. This platform is very smart. It can even accommodate anything HTML5. So if you have JavaScript or a campaign where it has the tracking already in the code itself, you can use that.
Okay.
I have a question.
Sure.
As far as the ads go, if we were to get, I don't know, like the more advertisers we have on the website, I take it the less impressions that people would be getting unless we add more positions.
It depends on what you
Obvious.
want to do. Here, let me share the screen again, Tyler. I'm
Yep.
sorry.
No,
I
no
keep
worries.
borrowing it from you. But I have an advertiser. They do quite well with their advertising. Bring this up one more time. And it's Newport News. There we go. Let me bring that up. I just want to show you what this this publisher does. And what they do is they actually, on their homepage, they have dedicated spots that can be shared.
Need to share again.
Oh, it's not sharing?
Nope.
Goodness, what is going on with my computer today? I'm so sorry.
There we go.
You got it now? Okay. All right. So what they've done is this right here is prime real estate. So the first one always costs more, but then what she's done is she has different ones here. And the way she has it is as you navigate through their paper, you're going to get a different ad. So like if I click this, for example, all of these are going to change, even the top ones. So now this is different. This is different. These are the same, I think, because she only has a couple windows, but they all change. They all rotate as you navigate through the paper, as you're reading different stories. That helps with the impressions. You could have up to 10 advertiser in a single tile space here, or a leaders board. So if you have something like this is a good example. This one here, this is a GIF, it moves. And you can have up to 10 in this one here. And you can set it to rotate as they navigate through the site, which helps with the impressions to make it fair. Or if you want to have it animated, like most publishers, what they'll do is it'll have 10 rotate every 35 seconds. And that also helps to control it to make sure it displays evenly. I hope that helped.
Yeah, is there like a recommended number of, I guess, advertisers to have on the site, like before you add more positions, I guess I'm saying. Like if we have 6 advertisers running at the same time, would we need to create additional positions so that all 6 of them are displaying, you know what I mean?
could.
Or because I imagine if they're rotating, that you're sharing the space with another advertiser, and that's going to
That's correct.
impact their impressions. So what would be optimal?
Sure. And what I'll do is I'll show you this here. Oh, you know what? Let me go back. I have one that is using this. All right. So there's 2 different ways you can do it, and it is all in one group. So what they've done is instead of having individual tile spots like the one that I just showed you, is they have it set as a block. So this one here has 1 column and 2 rows. So they show at the same time. And as long as you have advertisers in that group, it will show down. Here's another set that they've done. They broke it up, but it's essentially the same thing. Another thing is, let me show you Wilson County. I love what she does with hers. So she has prime real estate for the top, the bottom, and the tile ads on the side. But what she's done is to reach even more is she has these little ones. She charges $25 a week for. And if you go down, she uses them as dividers. Oh, that's not it. Here it is. And here's more of the little ones. And this is the same idea, but instead of having them vertically displayed, she has them horizontal. And she has 3 rows, and she has 4 in each row. And as they drop off, what you don't realize, and I see it because I've put her ads in before, is this right here, this right here, this right here. And this one. They're all house ads intermingled into these spots. So as an advertiser expires their campaign and they haven't renewed yet, these fill in the gap. So you don't have any holes unless you really want them. So that's another way you could do it, to have them all display at one time without a lot of effort and a lot of extra steps.
I do think one other thing is if you want to guarantee like 6 advertisers are always going to be on the page, if you have like 6 that you want to make sure are displaying, they don't have to be rotating slots. You could set them to static if you want to just make sure that that advertiser is always being seen.
Exactly.
Okay.
That is helpful. Thank you. Yeah.
Anything else about ads?
Not for me.
I don't have anything.
All right. I might have something for you guys too. Here, let me go to this one site. I want to show you what one of their publishers have created for one of their advertisers. Let me see. Yeah, here it is. I'm going to steal the screen again. I keep doing
Go for
that.
it.
And that's because I'm so excited and passionate about what I do. So this right here is something of what I was talking about, the HTML5, where it supports code. This down here at the bottom is their print ad. And what we did was we created a mask, and we have their TV spot that they put on their local TV stations, and they have it on a YouTube channel. And it just loops back over again. You could also do sponsored content right here. So this is the same advertiser that I just showed you. They write articles about sleeping. How cool is that? And they actually pay extra to have their content in there too. So I just wanted to show you there's a lot of room for growth. I have codes where you could do an accordion ad where it would show up. Let's just use this as an example. So let's just say this to this is how it's going to show. And then it would shrink down to a quarter of that size after 30 seconds. We also have one that does a countdown. So if you're counting down to the county fair, you could actually have that too. And after it counts down, then it'll go away. You could have it set up so many different ways. And we're adding new things all the time. We just did a newsletter for video. Let me bring this up here. And I'm trying to show everything all at once so I don't have to take the screen down. So let's say you have a realtor. You could do a virtual tour of the space they're selling or renting. And this is a Canva template that I downloaded for free. You could go right on Canva with this template and just put the ads, the videos in, and edit the information. We have a publisher in New Jersey that's trying to get a real estate page. And I just Personally, when I used to sell advertising, anything that moves draws your eye to it. So I would charge more. It doesn't cost anything extra for us to do the work, because it's all digital. It's not like you have to calculate print cost or paper cost or anything like that. But because it's going to take away attention from the other advertisers, I would charge a little bit more, because if you see something moving, you're going to be interested. What is that? So I just want to show you that we have a lot of things in our toolbox to help you be successful in advertising. So just to try to approach different groups you may not have considered. I had a heck of a time with the local real estate groups here, but if I would have had something like that, I probably could have sold the space easy. So I just wanted to show you some of the things that you may not have considered or weren't aware that you could do.
Thank you, Vera. That is actually very helpful. It sounds like the sky is the limit in some degree.
Exactly. Yeah. Just your imagination is the only threshold you have. Basically, your whole front page could be advertising. I kid you not. You could put ads in articles. You could put it anywhere. And you could even have a sponsor. Like we have a couple of publishers, they have sponsors for their obituaries for local mortuaries or florists. You could have that, or local sporting goods stores for high school sports or national sports or whatever. You could have a sponsor for every page of your site if you wanted. So yeah, it just, your imagination is your threshold. We'll just leave it there.
All right. Any specific, functions or sections that you want to turn to next?
Or Kat, Michelle, Cyrus, can you tell me if there's anything that we haven't covered that you wanted to see?
Did you have a chance, Lloyd, Cashel, and Cyrus, to view the audio article features and the PDF viewing, the e-edition viewing page and those features within it?
No, I haven't. I haven't looked at anything like that. Yeah, no, I would like to look at how our library will be cataloged or whatever,
All of the archives.
Yeah.
Okay, so in terms of the archives, basically we will get an archive import file from your current provider, which I believe is Creative Circle.
Yeah.
From there, we will import the HTML articles, which will retain all of your current, categorization. And so everything should be searchable the same way through keywords as it currently is on your site.
Right now on our site, all of our PDFs, you have to scroll down to look through like a magazine. Will it be, you guys have the flipbook capability, right? So it'll be more like turning a page rather than scrolling down.
Our PDF viewer can work both directions. So it defaults to the vertical, but there's just this little toggle up here, which can then turn it to horizontal scrolling. And obviously you can kind of adjust the sizing so that it fits differently within the page.
Isn't there another feature that allows you to just read it like text?
That
Like
will
when
be active. So there's two ways that can work. If we are doing the extraction, that happens automatically through our software. So you would just need to click the article like this, and it pops out because we extracted this edition. So that will just automatically happen if we're doing the extraction. If you're uploading articles manually, you can still set this up, but it takes a little bit of extra elbow grease to do. So there's a setting within the PDF viewer where you just...
What I'd hope for, Tyler, is I want all of this baked in. I want my staff to do as little as possible.
Sure.
When it comes to the website, because we don't have anyone on staff dedicated to this full time.
Gotcha. That's good to know. So yeah, in that case, if we're doing extraction, then that will just be happening. Yep, that would just automatically work.
On a side note, if we do your ads, those actually will pop out too. So if somebody was interested in an advertiser, if you clicked on it, it would blow up and you can see the ad and even go to their profile. Do we have any that we may have extracted, Tyler? Do you know?
Would it link to their website?
It should.
We make sound of that, yeah. So say like
Okay.
Homer, you're saying that like say Homer Smith right there. If you hovered over it and clicked it, you could actually take you to homersmith.com.
Yes.
Yes.
Can you see if we did that?
We didn't do the ad extraction. No, it does like it.
Okay.
Yeah, I
All
think
right,
for
how about
prototypes, we
Florida
just do the
Weekly?
articles.
Yeah, just bring up
And
Fort
is that
Myers.
something that we would have to embed in the PDF where we'd have to create a hyperlink, or would that happen automatically from you guys?
No, we would take care of that.
Okay.
All right. Up at the top, Tyler.
At the top.
Yeah, you see where it says Yeah, you're on Fort Myers. Let me see here.
It's been a
Where
bit
is
since
the-
I've been around
Yeah, they
here.
changed. Oh, View editions next to the date.
View edition. There we go.
Yeah, just pick an advertiser and that'll show them. We do full extraction for them. Try that one. So it shows you that, and then I think they may have that turned off, but it does create a profile. You could do what's called a business directory, which is what I think this is going to, but it has all
Yeah, they've
information here.
Got
Yeah, they
everything
made some
defaulting to their
changes,
business directory.
but that's another source of revenue too.
Right. But yeah,
But we
these could be
can
set
have
to
it.
just link out.
That's a cool feature. I didn't know it. You could click through an ad and go to
Yep.
their site.
Absolutely.
All right. Anything else we wanted to look at?
Did you guys have a chance to look at the audio articles, Cashel, Cyrus, Lloyd?
I didn't have a chance to see the audio articles.
It kind of shows up like, if you click on it,
Yeah.
Tyler, they'll see what I mean. It has like,
Superman does justice to superhero comics as a whole. I didn't know it until I saw it. But writer-director James Gunn's Superman is the big screen version that I've been waiting for all my life.
So yeah, it'll just automatically process those, and it puts them into a playlist on the audio article player page. We go to the home page and people can listen to them, by most read. You can just listen to a playlist of a whole category if you want. This is just going to show
Do we
the
get to choose
latest.
the AI voice?
Yes.
Yep, there are multiple voice options. Yep.
Yeah, there's tons.
Who are you
There's
guys
even
using?
little kids' voices. That one is Matthew.
Matthew. That's the
Yeah.
Oh,
default.
sorry, I meant which service are you using?
Oh,
Amazon Web Services.
yes.
Okay.
And it's getting better
Super
all
does
the time.
justice to
Yeah, I think we're just about to release an update for making consistent edits. So sometimes the conversion has trouble with like town names. So we're getting ready to implement where you can go in and tell it this town name is pronounced, and then you type it out phonetically. And then in the future, it will make sure to get that pronunciation spot on rather than
Yeah.
having to rely on what's baked in.
And
Okay.
usually it has trouble with Native American names.
Yeah, we get a lot of those out here.
Yep.
Yeah, but it's great. I mean, even if it mispronounces it, it's amazing what AI can do. It's also marketable. You could have a sponsor for the audio articles. So
Right.
for that service, we have a publisher that charges $80, and that's the cost. And it's covered because he has a sponsor for it. Another thing you could do is in the player itself. We have a publisher, Signals. They actually have their digital ad banners inside of the player too. So that's another spot you can have for revenue. And depending on the traffic, you can say, hey, I'm getting 1,000 views a day on this. That's marketable. That's money coming in.
Great idea.
Yeah, it is.
And it's safe to assume unlimited bandwidth. You guys aren't capping the amount of data we put on there, that sort of thing.
In terms of the audio articles, I do believe that it's 1 million characters converted per month. And then there's like an additional data packet that is required for more. Let me find that exact stat for you.
But based on 30 pages a week maximum,
I doubt
I
you'll
mean,
hit
we're
it.
never gonna
No.
hit that.
Yeah, right.
okay. And what about if we did an occasional video or something?
A video, nope, that doesn't cost any extra.
That's
Okay.
included in your package. It's just the same as uploading an image, and it's
Okay.
easy to
And
do.
then can you go back to our test website real quick, just so I
Yep.
can see it? I just want to make sure it doesn't say anything about social media anywhere on the website. I don't want to be advertising for Facebook, Twitter, X,
Sure.
whatever you call them.
Yep, we can make sure that all that's removed. Yep.
Okay. Do you guys have any other questions, Cyrus, Kat, or Cashel?
Not currently, but
I don't.
yeah, not me.
Oh, okay.
Well,
I
it
mean,
never
this
fails
looks
as
great
soon as
from-
you.
Oh, sorry.
I'm sorry. There's a delay. It never fails as soon as you you think of 10 different things you should have asked. You could feel free to email us anytime with any questions. See,
Yep.
How available are you guys for tech support, and does that cost us extra?
tech support, no. We'll let you know if there's anything that's going to accrue any charges. Anything outside of normal extraction, like if, for example, you needed to make a change to an article that came after we did the extraction, You would just pay for our time and we could give you an estimate before any work's done. So that way you don't have sticker shock when you get the bill. Customer support, that's me. And I'm happy to answer any questions. I'm pretty good about answering. I try to, my average is about 3 minutes per email. You know, like if you come in, it takes me about 3 minutes to get to each one as they come in. Unless I'm in a training, then it might take a little longer, but I always respond. And if you call and I miss your call, I always call back. I'm 9 to 5. I'm Eastern time, but we do have staff for priority calls that work after I leave for the day.
Okay. Okay.
Great,
So if
thank
I
you.
just needed you to walk me through just uploading that first web ad or whatever, that would be fine.
Yeah, and it's free because that would be considered training. Training is always 100% free.
Great. Okay. That's it for me.
Well, thank you guys. That's very helpful.
Yeah, thank you. And like Vera said, feel free to reach out if you think of anything else. We'd be happy to set up another call or just shoot you an email. But
Do
yeah,
you want to show them our contact on the dashboard?
yes, that is a great idea. So
So
we've got
we're
a
always
section on the
available.
dashboard. Yep. Right here, these will go directly to Vera. So one is for a service ticket. So that's if something is broken or wrong with the site. This is customer support. So that's if you've got a question or you need us to do something. And then this is Vera's direct line.
And then if you look underneath our logo up top where it says our hometown online documentation, that'll take you to our knowledge base. There's also a wealth of information for like basic things like how to write an article, how to upload PDFs, how to do ads. We also have our blog posts and tutorials. Most videos are under 10 minutes. So if you needed to do something quickly, you could watch the video and do it side by side. So just wanted to point that out too.
That's perfect.
Right.
This
Well,
all
yeah,
looks great. Thank you guys. I want to chat
Thank
with the
you.
team and ask them how they feel, and we'll probably bombard you with a bunch of questions.
no problem.
Please
Never worry
do.
about sending us questions. We're always happy to answer.
All right, I'm in
Perfect.
now. Thanks,
It's a
guys.
All
yep,
right.
pleasure
Have a
seeing
great
you
day.
again, Tyler. Have a great
Yep.
day.
You too. You too.
Thank
Thanks, you guys.
Thank you.
Bye.